Good morning, Uganda. Thank you so much for watching UBC TV. It's time for The Real, and as always, if you're just joining us, you're welcome. Thank you so much for choosing UBC TV. If you started the show with us, thank you so much for indeed choosing UBC TV. Welcome to The Real, and like I mentioned earlier, we are to look into the Road Safety Week. 15th November will be the Joe Walker Remembrance Relay Walk, 60 kilometers. And the starting point will be at the Kampala Sheraton Hotel. But we also want to understand what it is exactly, what it's about, and indeed why it's a cause that is very important, not just to the walkers, but to every human being, every Ugandan who uses the road. Be it a pedestrian, be it one who drives or rides a bike, it's very important. I will say one thing, that I got to learn the many mistakes that even pedestrians make on the roads. For example, crossing the roads and just focusing on the traffic signs that are on the road as a pedestrian. I got a lesson of my own, so that is with the interview that I had. The opportunity I had to have a conversation with Joe Walker. So take a look. Rather different, as you can see. We are at the Independence Monument. That is pride for our country, for God and my country. Now, Uganda faces a road safety crisis where 14 people daily, by statistics, are recorded to pass on every single day. Now, last year, 2024, 5,144 accidents were recorded to have killed people. And of course, several of those got people suffering from injuries. Now, November 16th to November 22nd, 2025, it will be the UN Road Safety Week. But here in Uganda, November 15th will be the Joe Walker Remembrance Relay Walk Day. Now, the theme for the day of 15th is all about really looking forward to safe roads that lead to saving the lives of people. And to have that conversation with us is one we all know as Joe Walker. As you can see, he is walking while bouncing to the set.
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up?
So good to have you for this conversation.
Thank you.
Now, just a bit about Joe Walker, who some of you know as Joseph Beyanga. He is a road safety advocate, one who rallies for safe lives on the roads. That is safe roads, safe driving, but altogether the goal is to save lives on the roads of Uganda. And who better to have this conversation with us than Joe Walker himself. Thank you so much, first and foremost, for sparing the time. Now,
anything for people, anything for human lives, anything for UBC.
Right.
I'll be here. In any case, it's life fast, yo.
True story. I'll get straight into it. What this advocacy story, when does it start and how?
When does it start? It starts with Uganda. It starts with me walking and then realizing that, look, walking, driving comfortably in my own life, and then I witnessed what was going on the road, and I'm like, hold on, hold up. What's this? It's madness. And then I got to study about this, what we call madness. By then we used to call them road accidents. And I realized, oh no, hold up. They are not accidents. They are preventable road crashes. And then said, look, I was walking for my own life, and then I saw what was on the road, and then the risk it poses for anybody using the road. Look, 34% of the victims of road crashes, they are pedestrians.
Right.
And I was joining them, yo. And
it's very interesting that you use the word pedestrians.
Yeah.
And some of the causes of road accidents, most of the time, it's those who are using the automobile. But I would also love for you to share what you think are actually the causes of road accidents with pedestrians. As a pedestrian, as you're using the roads, what did you notice with pedestrians?
When you're walking on the road, one of the things you will notice is, one, most people, they are on their phone while they are walking.
Yes.
Others are running because they are not sure of how to cross the road. others are doing all sorts of things. And then you have people driving on pedestrian walkways, on pavements. You have people riding in opposite direction. You have people driving while they're on their phone. So you find pedestrians are really, they are that category of the most vulnerable road users. And then other people are speeding.
Right.
So if you're looking at the causes of road crashes, actually, speeding is up there. 2, reckless overtaking, up there. And then distracted driving. The 3 of those account, according to police report, account for more than 70% of the victims of road crashes. So if I'm talking about the life of a pedestrian, whatever happens on the road, and you're talking about congested areas like schools.
Yes.
You are in Kampala here, yeah, as you see in Kampala, we have so many of our roads congested. If you go to a place like Karere, the market is in the road. The market is
itself.
in the road.
Yes, yes.
And then, yeah, and then you go to places like Nakawa, Chireka, you know, that the car bounds are in the road. So you realize that we have more than 50% of the people come in and out of the city while walking. While walking. But then guess what? Where's the space for walking? We look like, you know, before this few roads which are being modified recently,
yes,
most of the roads were primarily designed for vehicles. There were hardly any pedestrian walkways.
No one thought about the pedestrian.
No one thought about the pedestrian. Look, we are the zebra crossing, but we are competing with the borders. So this is the stuff we are talking about.
Right.
And that puts the life of a pedestrian in danger. And we better cross very fast before that light turns red.
Right.
And our
indeed.
turn for crossing runs out. So now that's how the pedestrian gets affected by road crashes.
All right.
And
so,
then, there you go. You saw that?
Yes, yes.
So what we are talking about is not far-fetched.
Yes.
That's the reality. When I saw this on the road,
yes,
I said, look, there must be a way around this. We can't sit back and watch this madness. We can't sit back and see, look, there's a government car. You'd expect better from the government. You'd expect them to drive more responsibly. Where has he parked?
Yes.
You know,
yes,
this impunity is what we need to say enough is enough. Let's stop the madness. Let's make sure we have sanity on our roads. If you don't stop me, I can go on for like 3 days.
Now, you know, I understand now that's where the observation came from. You were just doing your own walks, and you had these observations going on, and that's how you started.
Yes, at that point,
this?
Why don't we just go over to the other side of the road? Because we are walking not on the safe side, we need to make sure when we are walking,
right,
vehicles are seeing us.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, so...
That's jaywalking. I don't know how serious jaywalking is in Uganda. Is it ever talked about?
I don't know what they call it, but from all I know is when you are walking, you should be able to see the oncoming traffic.
Yes.
Don't walk with the traffic coming from behind you.
Yes.
Because you are creating a black spot and they won't be able to see you. So with the roads like this that have pedestrian walkway,
right,
you can comfortably go on the pedestrian walkway in either direction.
Yes.
But most of the roads where there are no pedestrian walkways, please make sure you walk while facing the oncoming traffic.
Amazing.
That way, you are able to create eye contact with the motorist,
yes,
be it a border, be it a car, and if they are moving out of the line, you are able to
at least dodge it.
Yeah.
Now,
So
when do you start? Yes.
When do I start walking? I started walking in the middle of the COVID lockdown. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a doctor's
2021.
2021. Yeah, it was on a doctor's prescription. Hey, look. Sorry to distract. Very nice books here, yeah? The
Atomic
Art of
Habits.
War, The Art of War,
right,
The Diary of a CEO.
48 Laws of Power.
I like Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits.
How many have you read?
Atomic Habits, I'm just halfway. I haven't read complete.
The Magic of Thinking Big. It's a big one.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that one I've read.
Oh, where do you fall?
I don't know if it applies for Ugandans.
It does.
Sure.
Okay, but you don't need connections. So anyway, what I was saying is that
yes,
it was on a doctor's prescription,
yes,
that I needed to work, I needed to exercise. He prescribed walk 30 minutes and ride a bicycle for 30 minutes. By then, bicycles were more expensive than cars.
Right.
So
Very
I opted
true.
for walking.
Yes.
And that's how my walking life started. But before that, I had picked interest on what happens on the road. In 2018, if you remember, there was a campaign which was running in the daily monitor of stay in your lane.
Right.
That's what I had started. That's when I picked curiosity in what happens on our roads.
Yes.
That it's utter madness and something got to be done.
Very interesting. I am with Joe Walker, and we are just learning about road safety and how roads...
While walking the streets of Kampala.
While walking the streets of Kampala. Very interesting interview I'm having, I'm telling you. And you can obviously follow it on our channels at UBC TV Uganda. We are always here to inspire you. Now, Joe Walker, let's talk about the impact that the Joe Walker movement has had thus far, since you began.
You know, I'm not going to count my eggs before they hatch.
Wow.
As long as the road crashes are still going on, as long as people are still dying on the road, I will not talk about the impact I've had.
Right.
The only day I'll say, hey, let's stop and see what impact have we had, is when the story changes and actually every journey ends with a return back home safely.
Right.
That's when I'll say, Joe Walker made a contribution. But for now, Tulimu struggle.
What isn't the government doing to help this struggle, do you think?
What the government is doing at the moment, I'll tell you, the government has tried. Let's first give KCCA some kudos.
Yeah.
KCCA, since we started on this campaign of creating safe space for pedestrians and all that, well, we have a good number of roads coming up with pedestrian walkways.
Yes, yes.
Now the challenge is on enforcement to make sure actually the pedestrian walkways don't become highways for boda bodas.
That's a big challenge.
Yes, and two, make sure that there are more school zones along the way, which have been clearly marked as school zones, and the signage is there. Now the other challenge is on enforcing to make sure actually the speed limits are observed. Then we had the government towards June this year.
Yes.
They attempted to roll out the auto enforcement of speed limits, because we know speeding is a huge problem in Uganda.
But Ugandans complained a lot about the money.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way it was rolled out, and the minister took it back, said they were going to fine-tune it, and should be back in 1 month. I don't know what 1 month means. June, we're in November, and we are still talking of 1 month. Mr. Minister, we are waiting.
Right.
Go revise, do your politics, do everything. We need enforcement like yesterday, because what we are talking about now, you can't enforce speed across the country, even if you deployed a police officer at every kilometer.
All right, as we speak right now, we are at the zebra crossing that's right in front of Post Office and Kampala Boulevard, and we are trying to cross the road, trying to, of course, negotiate with Kampala's traffic, as you might know.
So let me try to take good care of you in the face of these boda bodas.
None of them is actually respecting the zebra crossing.
You can see we are competing with them.
Yes.
They are supposed to be slowing down, but they can't.
None of them is doing that. Let's see from this side.
As a pedestrian, definitely. Let's see if the guys of the cars will stop.
Oh,
they've stopped.
He actually stopped.
Yeah, because you have a microphone and a camera on you. That's the reality of what happens on the road.
Now,
and now you have to, and you see another big car.
I think the other issue we have in Kampala is parking.
Yeah, no. I mean, we'll have VIPs. It's not parking. It's how we use the city.
Yes.
The parking can't be a problem. It's how we use it. Yes,
because
it may be restricted a bit. It may be congested a bit. But at the end of the day, it comes to how we use the road. The road has its challenges, there are infrastructure challenges.
Yes.
But it boils down to you and me. How are we using our roads? Are we choosing to park in the middle while negotiating with customers, or are we choosing to make sure we do what we are doing in a safe way?
Right.
If you ask me, with the advent of all these boda bodas in the city should have created at least a lane for boda bodas.
Right.
Or we get rid of this parking and we put a lane for buses. If we have predictable, safe mass transport in this city, I'll tell you, boda bodas will disappear. But if we continue with a broken public transport system, the boda bodas will be everywhere, and I'll tell you...
And causing more chaos.
Well...
Yet they are good, convenient sometimes.
I don't think the boda bodas are causing chaos. I think it's us who have failed to manage the boda bodas, because in a managed system, we shouldn't be having this. What's this?
Yes.
What's this?
Yes. So in the meantime, we talked about government and what government is supposed to be doing, but what What are we doing as Ugandans? What should we do?
No, you as a Ugandan, one of the things, maybe we catch a moment here.
Yeah.
One of the things you should be doing as a Ugandan, one is to ensure you are a responsible road user.
Right.
You are parking where you are supposed to be parking. When you get to go on a border, you've seen how many borders have passed us,
right,
including the one, the traffic officer. Make sure when you are getting on a border, you have a crash helmet.
Talk about that.
That crash helmet reduces the chances of being fatally injured in a road crash by over 60%.
Right.
Without a helmet, you are nkoko yomutamivu. And the other thing that we need to work on is to make sure you drive carefully. Be a responsible driver.
It looks like we have to
negotiate between. Let's squeeze in pola. Nyegako chali. Chini chichanga toli na element.
Why? Rush Yambala.
Omusajja kulaba kati nawe mubule lwaki
Rush Yambala helmet. Because lwaki tomanyi nti bulamu bwo.
Buno ali kali omuntu yenna alina okwebera kuba n'oweerementi bamutomera. Balina okweberera.
Kati element etaasa mutwe gwo.
Omutwe gwange olwadde kirina ekigutaasa.
All right, Joe Walker.
Yes.
Let's now talk about.
Let's ask this gentleman. Why do you have a helmet on? Biri birungi. Lwaki oyambala helmet?
Helmet enyamba kuba empaka bugumu muri mu mutima. Banga feeling better kyenkola.
Feeling better.
Omanyi kyesinga okukola ekufuula safe. Singa bw'obanga ofunye akabenje omutwe guli clear. Webale kuweereza.
Well, the border community. Well, the border community is always interesting and they have a lot of conversation.
Yeah, but you see,
yes,
these are people we need to engage most. Look,
yes,
they transport a huge percentage of our people.
That's true.
And then too, if you look, when you look at the statistics of road crashes, motorcycle-related crashes account for more than 56%. So if we got these borders and we got them on the safe side,
right,
you definitely have safer roads. You will improve road safety by a huge percentage. Most of them, if you ask them at random, have they ever had any formal training on how to use the motorcycle, how to use the road? Their answer is definitely no.
Right.
So we need to make sure we don't look at them as a problem, look at them as a section of our friends, our relatives, because each one of us has used the border at one point.
Definitely so. We all
how
use
do we
them,
make
yes,
sure we improve them and they make it safe for them?
That is very true.
That's what we're talking about with our friends. Good to see you and thank you for serving us.
I am with Joe Walker, and he's a road safety advocate for safe roads, safe lives, and all of that in one go for us to use transport safely. Let's talk about the 15th of November.
So 15th of November is a Remembrance walk. It is a 60-kilometer really walk, and we are talking about remembering the lives of those who have perished in road crashes. If I may just recap a bit for you, in 2024, 5,144 people were killed in road crashes. 17,013 people sustained serious injuries. I'm talking of injuries, legs broken, ribs fractured, neck twisted, forever life-changing, and then several others sustained minor injuries. So on 15th November, we are stopping to remember those people who have been victims of road crashes.
Right.
And also stopping to say, hey, let's make some noise and demand for clear and strong enforcement of road safety measures to make sure our border friends are doing their job in a safe way. Our people on the road in taxis, they are safe. You know, if I may just take you back recently, we had one single incident where 46 people were killed.
Kampala Gulu
in that. And then in that 1 month, one bus company, Nayostar, had 4 crashes in 1 month until they suspended.
Even yesterday.
Yes. You know, before they suspended their services. We need to make sure all those things are avoidable. Ways enforcement for speed, ways enforcement to make sure the vehicle inspection, where is our infrastructure safe for all users? Now you've seen what we've just experienced here on Kampala Road. If we have borders on the road, where is a way for them? If we have pedestrians on the road, where is a way for them? So we need to work on stuff like that, and then we on 15th we'll be making a call for that and challenging people, individuals like you and me. One, road safety is everyone's responsibility. Right. It starts with me as a user. There is a role for the government, for infrastructure, for enforcement, for driver education. Right. So we need to make sure everybody is doing their bit, and then that way we'll be able to have safe roads and we save lives.
Now, how is one supposed to join this great event on the 15th?
So one of the things you can do on 15th is to make sure you register. Go on www.joewalker.org.
Another zebra crossing.
And we are the zebra crossing, and you can see it's hide and seek.
Right.
But we'll make it.
And that's branded, by the way.
So one of the things we need to do is go on www.joewalker.org, register your team.
Right.
www.joewalker.org. Register your team, a team of 6 people.
Right.
Each one of them walking 10 kilometers to make sure together both of you make to make sure the whole team, all the 6 people,
60.
Yeah, each one of them walking 10 kilometers.
Right.
And all of them are able to walk a complete 60 kilometers. And why are we doing a relay? If we may pause here for a second and I tell you.
Right.
Why are we doing a relay? If we just, the things we just talked about road safety, the challenges we have, if you ask one sector to address these challenges alone, it will be a huge task. It's actually almost insurmountable. But what we are doing really is to show you the impact of collective effort. If you do your part, I do my part, he does his part, then as a unit we are able to achieve so much with a little effort.
Right.
Yes.
Amazing. So 15th November, which will be a Saturday.
A Saturday, and we will start right at Sheraton.
Yes.
And take almost a route similar to what we've just taken.
Right.
Around Kampala. And then we'll start off at 6 a.m. There'll be safe parking for you at Sheraton if you come driving. And you go walk, come and rest and do whatever you need to do. It's a day of coming together, also brainstorming, talking about how we can make our road safe and save lives.
Right.
Hey.
Is there any fee attached to this?
No. Participation is absolutely free. But if you want to support, when you go on the website, they'll show you how we can support. You know, last week we were at Mulago Hospital. We visited the victims of road crashes,
right.
And people are in need. So we are raising items, raising support, looking on how we can support them. So if you can give, you can give. Participation is absolutely free, and you know, there are people who have come on and are supporting the cause.
Yes.
15th November, participation is absolutely free. All you need to do is go on www.joewalker.org, register your team of 6 people, or if you want, you can do a team of 1 person walking the whole 60 kilometers, or a team of 6 people, each one of you walking 10 kilometers to make it a relay of 6 people, each walking 10 kilometers to make 60 kilometers. And if I may recap, why a relay? It's because we are showing the impact of collective efforts in this issue of road safety.
Right.
We need joint efforts, we need everyone's efforts in order to address the monster killing people. 14 people every day is not a small thing.
Indeed.
And then the other thing which I would like to tell you, as an individual, if you can support. We are raising support for the victims of road crashes, as we are remembering the ones who have lost their lives. There are so many in hospitals who need support to pull through with the treatment and all that. It's very expensive.
Yes.
I was at Mulago, the National Hospital, where everything is subsidized. See, the costs are so high.
Right.
And some people have been there getting treatment for over 3 months. So any support is definitely very welcome. And then there are other companies which have come on and say, hey, look, let's support Joe Walker.
Yes.
You have Nicole Foundation, which was set up in memory of a victim of road crash. Nicole Ahumuza, she was a 16-year-old girl, and she was killed in a road crash.
Right.
And so a foundation was set up. They've supported Joe Walker all over the year, all through the years.
Right.
2, you have other organizations like like Sheraton.
Yes.
They've come on and said, yeah, we'll support you.
Yes.
UBC is supporting us.
Right.
We have a Ministry of Works is supporting us. We have ITMS, the intelligence ITMS. Those guys with the digital number plates and whatever. They are also supporting us.
Right.
So you can also support us, and we can make a difference. We can make our roads safe.
Indeed.
And you know what happens? When we have safe roads, we save lives.
Save lives indeed. Safe roads, save lives.
Yes.
Join in on the 15th of November 2025. It will be a Saturday. The walk starts from Sheraton Kampala Hotel, and it's covering 60 kilometers. See you then, and thank you so much for watching UBC TV. Up next is GMU Tourism Express.
Kilometer, 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 kilometer.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Dear Ugandans, I'm pleased to inform you that Uganda will be hosting Africa Health Summit that is going to take place on 14th of November in Kololo Ceremonial Ground. The theme of the conference is reclaiming Africa's sovereignty through innovation and solidarity. This summit is showcasing the innovations, the developments that we have had in the region. We are glad to let you know that the number of countries have confirmed attendance. We expect ministers and other technical and scientific community joining us. We shall be showcasing the capacity of our country and the milestones that we have achieved in pharmaceutical, manufacturing, research innovations, complementary medicines. We are also pleased to let you know that on that day we'll be launching our Africa Research and Development Fund. In the afternoon, it will give us opportunity to come together to recognize our heroes in health sector. Therefore, we are having the Heroes in Health Awards, and this particular event is celebrating the best practice, the heroes that have been at the forefront, that have given their best, and it will also give us opportunity to showcase the developments in health. Thank you very much.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Welcome back from our previous episode. We're still taking you to Dolwe Island. The first episode was basically to take you about the background and the history of Dolwe Island. But we promise that we'll take you to the top and get to know what is so much inside these stones. Now we're just at the top and I'm still with Mr. Gabriel. And when you look at the backdrop, there's just more beautiful and scenic views, and it's still stones and so much beautiful scenery. He's still going to tell us what is more to be told about these stones. Yes, Mr. Gabriel.
Yes.
Behind us is a very beautiful scenic view of the stones. What is there to tell about these stones?
Basically, the stones that has a lot of the theories. We have those who say that it was in form of the volcanicity. We have those who say that even, when there's a downwarping of the formation of this lake here, those are the low or the weak surface sunk down, and then this also raised up. There are also others who tend to bring the theory of glaciation, but I doubt, because when you talk about glaciation, it means that it was all in water. But again, the water just came in because the land was bigger than the water. Yeah, according to the geomorphology of the Wegener's theory and whatever. However, it is so amazing, and that is the way we call that the natural heritage. Yes, the beauty, the way they are arranged. And also it has the connection, as I told you, the spiritual setting. We have the gongs here, we have the caves, and even our people used. And when during that time when there was a graduated tax, people would also run and then come and hide in these places here. It was so forested and indeed habitat here. Yeah, and that is it that we have on this, which is Kandege, on the western part of this island, because we have the western and then the eastern. This is one of it that has the beauty of this island, and that welcomes you when you're going to dock. You see a plane like, or a bird like rock there that we call Kandege.
Okay, we're going to go with you to Kandege, and he gives us the history about that particular rock. Yes, so Mr. Gabriel earlier told us Kandege means aeroplane. Please tell us where that originates from.
Yes, as I told you, this place here, the rock here looks like a plane or a bird, the bird that has landed. But now it signifies the Bantu dialect, hence naming this the rock Kandege. And Kandege, as we have this the Bantu that moved, those that occupied the islands for fishing. Now they were mixed up, and as you know, the Bantu is where they also got the Kiswahili formation. Yes, and when they reached this area here, they did saw a rock, and because they were actually the island was forested with a lot of rocks. Now, for identity, they would say, "Hey, are you going to that place of Kandege where there is a rock like the plane?" Now, they used to move like that, and these areas, actually the first places that people inhabited here, they were named after the rocks. We have Mwango was named after the rock. We have Kandege and even Gorofa, we shall reach there. Now, this is one of them. And now, it would give a signal. And when people would come, because there was no landing, it was forested, now this one would show them for easy identification, the Kandege, meaning the plane. And that is why the whole of this place here around, the name emanated from this rock here, the Kandege zone, the Kandege village. We have also now Nyalo that came out of the Kandege. Now when you talk about Kandege, automatically know you're going to come at the village of Kandege, the fishing center or ground of Kandege. However, that emanated from this rock here. That's why I say that on this island here, whoever has no connection with the rocks, you know that he is a person who came in recently in 21st century. But like us, who are the natives, whoever is on this island is connected with the rock. Now, the oldest villages of this island, they are named out of the rocks.
that is all about Kendege, but don't forget that we have more other stones to explore. He mentioned Golofa, and that is where we'll be heading. Don't forget to stick with us as we continue to explore these beautiful rocks on Dolwe Island.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning once again. For those of you who are just joining us, this is Good Morning Uganda Business or the Economic Reporting. But welcome back from Tourism Express with Zakia Lucky. I would definitely want to visit the wonders of Dolwe Island, and that is in eastern part of Lake Victoria in Namayingo district. Yes, I'm so interested to know more about Kandege. Yeah, surprisingly, even in Swahili, aeroplane is called ndege. So I need to have a connection. Even you who is watching me, we need to go and visit the island, Kandege, and also, yes, get a connection with that zone and with the rocks, so that we can be informed, and also just to tour around. You know, tourism is good. You get to learn a lot of things. As they've said, if you don't have connection with the rocks, then you're just in the 21st century. You're not among the founders or the ancient residents of that island. So you need to go and visit and then be in the know. Yes, from the economic intelligence, starting off in West Nile, the farmers are calling on the government to provide low-interest agriculture loans, citing the need for support to growth and sustainability. The farmers who recently participated in the farmer learning exchange visit to Moyo district hope to improve their yields and incomes. Let's take a look.
Over 20 farmers from West Nile districts of Zombo, Arua and Nebi have appealed to government intervention in the form of low-interest agricultural loans. The farmers who recently embarked on a farm learning exchange visit in Moyo district are determined to take their farming game to the next level, but they need government's help.
This ends because there are potential farmers here that can or who can pick those loans and enable them. So I urge the government to extend such kind of supports to West Nile, not only Moyo, Ajumani, Ubongi, these districts, such that it can help a lot of farmers.
We have the access to road, but the transport is a bit difficult. To connect from here to maybe to Moyo, to Ajumani, to other locations, it is still difficult on our side. And we also have a challenge of electricity. Obongi is a unique district that does not have electricity. So this is difficult on.
The visit, organized by Uganda Agribusiness Alliance and Agents for Community Empowerment, with support from Oxfam Uganda, shares best practices to enhance agricultural productivity.
Having brought these farmers here and seeing how passionate they were to learn from their fellow farmers and how already some of them are scaling and adopting new crops, this visit for me has been very successful. Resources, you need to invest in production if you're to have high yields. I have heard them talk about resilience and tolerance.
Farmers from different locations swapped stories, tips and tricks, all in the pursuit of greener pastures.
Block farming is a lot better. And you know, once you have such, like in a group, let me say in a group of 5 people, even if they do it differently, they can plant their crops at the same time. And when they plant at the same time, you know, they can team up, then sell together. They can also identify one of them to go and look for a market.
Moyo district
And more from the corporate news, Stanbic Bank donates Tombale Hospital, which is the regional referral hospital and serves over 4.5 million people across 17 districts in eastern Uganda. Mbale has received a major booster from Stanbic Bank Uganda following the donation of maternal and neonatal health equipment worth 100 Uganda million shillings. And the hospital, which handles between 20 to 30 deliveries a day and over 500 births monthly, has long struggled with congestion and limited space for safe maternal care. Dr. Baifa Arinyo, the lead obstetrics and gynecology consultant, noted that many mothers deliver in makeshift areas due to a lack of proper facilities. Our reporter has more.
The donation by Stanbic Bank Uganda to Mbale Regional Hospital of maternal and neonatal health equipment worth 100 million Uganda shillings includes an anesthetic machine, mama kits, a portable oxygen cylinder, patient monitors, a pediatric ventilator, pulse oximeters, and other vital medical equipment to improve maternity and neonatal services. Speaking at the handover, Stanbic Bank Chief Executive Officer Mumba Kalifungwa said the support is part of the bank's annual Love Month campaign, emphasizing their purpose. Uganda is our home, we drive her growth.
And this purpose guides not only how we do business, but how we show up for our communities in areas of need. Today's engagement here at Mbale Regional Referral Hospital is part of our annual Love Month, as we call it. It is a time when we go beyond banking to extend compassion, partnership and practical support in areas where it is needed most.
He reaffirmed the bank's commitment.
Moving on to Moroto, the deputy commandant of the police anti-stock theft unit, Faustina Owese, has powered off 633 jerrycans of illicit warrage and they are worth over 50 million shillings. He says a collective effort is needed to fight illicit warrage, locally known as warrage, in the Karamoja sub-region to reduce criminality and alcohol-related cases.
At least 633 jerrycans of virgin, commonly known as warrage, recently impounded by security in various operations across Karamoja, have been poured out at a public gathering in Moroto. The exercise was witnessed by police, UPDF, Moroto Deputy RDC Justin Tuko Sam, district officials, religious leaders and local community at Moroto CPA. This followed two court orders from the Moroto Chief Magistrates Court authorizing the destruction of the illegal warrage, which failed to meet standards under the Uganda National Bureau of Standards Act, Cap 327. Security impounded the warrage during roadblock checks and village operations. They say illicit warrage is a major cause of criminality in Karamoja.
Most of the cases we have really got with the warriors, you find you have arrested a warrior, but in the pocket he has what? Warrage. It influences him to do criminal activities.
Very many Karamojans. It has made people homeless. It has made people useless to the extent that they no longer believe that food can make them survive, if not warrage.
Moroto Deputy RDC Justin Tuko Sam said some people who received land compensation from Toro Cement are buying warrage, while others trade their harvests for it.
There are people in Tapa that are getting money for the compensation of the cement factory. Recently, when they got money, we have lost now many people. We have lost them because of warrage. Because now they have money now, they are able now to buy any quantity of warrage. Yesterday they
Association of Secretaries and Administrative Professionals of Uganda has held its annual general meeting, bringing together secretaries and administrators from across the country to review achievements and discuss future goals. The meeting also featured elections of new leaders. The president his seat unopposed, while the other positions saw tight contests as members pledged to strengthen professionalism and unity within the association. Let's take a look.
The Association of Secretaries and Administrative Professionals of Uganda, ASAP, the umbrella body uniting all secretaries and administrators across the country, has convened its annual general meeting. The event brought together members to evaluate the year's performance, share best practices, and chart the course for the coming year.
So we are here for the annual general meeting, which is conducted every year, and we are planning to elect new leaders, and also we are here to call upon all secretaries and administrative professionals in Uganda, both private and sector, to come so that they are part of this great association.
Secretary profession has changed, it has evolved. It's no longer only just staying on the table, no. It's more than that. There's content, digital content today, which digital content is one of the work we as secretaries are supposed to do. We are working with officers. And
during the event, the incumbent president retained his position unopposed, while the vice presidency and communication strategist posts witnessed tight competitions.
I'll make sure that we build for them a home where they can retire from, and then they can get emotional and psychological support.
You will be getting information. This issue of identity information, that's what support me together.
I'm a student of PhD at Franklin Institute, USA. I've published several articles in the newspaper. I work with different media.
I'm Bantu Machabe Semambo for UBC.
And moving on to the Forex, yes, I'm smiling. Godwin here is a bit making my morning a bit more lively. But as of 7th November 2025, the US dollar was opening at 3,000, that was buying at 3,489.36, and while it sold at 3,499.36. And by midday, the US dollar was buying at 3,493.32, while it sold at 3,503.32. And by the end of the day, the dollar was buying at 3,498.00 and sold at 3,508.00. And looking at the Great Britain pound, still by as of 7th November, it bought at 4,589.02 and sold at 4,602.14. And the euro bought at 4,034.59, while it sold at 4,046.12. And from our neighbors, the Kenyan shilling bought off at 27.07, while it sold at 27.15. And the Tanzanian shilling bought at 1.42, while it sold at 1.42 still. And in the South African rand, it bought at 201.30 and sold at 201.88. Now, that was it from the economic reporting. My name is Joan Moronji, and yes, coming up is the agenda. Thank you for watching UBC. Good morning, Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Pick of the day on UBC. Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000. Or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but taking any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation, when people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more